Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Armchair Pundits. This week, I've got myself, James, got Philip back after a long hiatus, and you've got Leon. How you guys doing?
All good, all good.
Yeah, man, not too bad. How are
Okay,
you?
it's been a...
Sorry, just
I'm all right,
left
I'm all
you
right.
hanging there. My bad.
No, I'm all
Sorry,
right,
mate.
man.
Of course you're all right.
Innit?
We got out of jail today. At one point, I was going
Where?
to come in here and I was going to be fuming, but
You're not
the
the
players
only
got
one,
themselves
mate.
out of jail,
You're
so
not the only one.
I was happy. But we'll start with the Man City game. Man City Tottenham. A game where, I'll be honest, the way I left last week's show, I told Leon and Daryl to have a good week because I thought the weekend was going to be bad. I thought they were going to get slapped up.
Bro, I thought we were going to get slapped up as well.
That game was a crazy game, end to end, entertaining.
Yep.
Got to give them credit.
And just true to his word, where with all fullbacks in defence as well, defending Man City's all-out attack. Crazy.
It was like Philip said, it's exciting. That's what both managers said. It's going to be an entertaining game, an exciting game. And they were true to their words. I mean, the way you came out, Son scoring early, quickly, I was like, damn. Like, well done. But it's literally instantaneous conceding the goal.
Mate.
Own goal.
Mad.
Own goal straight away.
Unfortunate own goal from Son. Set pieces have been a problem for us so far this year. So we lost that guy that Conte had. And yeah.
Okay. But it doesn't help when you lost both your centre backs.
Oh, of course not. We're playing fullbacks. We're playing fullbacks at two fullbacks at centre back, and to come away, I thought we were going to get spanked. I'm not going to lie, but
I did as well, to be honest.
I think most people did, especially with the 3 games on the bounce. And what's mad is that we've led or scored first in all 3 of those games, and it happened again today. I was thinking, when we scored and then we conceded the equaliser so soon after, I thought, here we go again. But
it's the system. I think what it is with you guys is other teams don't know what to expect. And the way you guys play, the intricacies of your system, players moving around everywhere, not having set positions, I think it takes teams by surprise. So because you're attacking in the way you're doing, and it's so fast that you're often going to get the first goal because it's a shock. The second half of the season, it might not be the same. Because teams
I don't think it's a surprise element. Yeah, I don't think it's just necessarily the surprise element, because I think it's more that if you're used to players being in rigid certain systems, like Man City, their wingers are going to stay wide, really, really wide.
Yeah.
And then their fullbacks are going to be inverted. Whereas with Ange, he's kind of made it so fluid that players are not in the normal position that you would expect them to be. So it's more difficult for you to trap people who are constantly moving in different positions than, I always know that this person's going to be here. I think if teams start figuring it out, it'll be more like zonal marking when they don't have the ball. So always covering their area. So if any Spurs players do move into their zone, they have to make sure they take them. But we'll have to see how things go, man. I hope people don't figure it out, because right now we've been creating mad chances, which is good. But we've still got a tough period coming up, man. With all these injuries, it's crazy. I know everyone's gonna say that all teams have injuries, but our list is unreal at the moment. I think only Newcastle has a worse injury list than
Man United.
No,
Man United and Newcastle is more or less head to head with the injuries.
Man United is not now.
Maybe just this game that we just played, it's got better, but it's been like that. It's been like that.
So far, for the start of the season, I'd agree. But but you would say a better squad than we do. So
arguable.
It's another conversation for later. It's a conversation for later. Yeah. But anyway, we kind of drifted off. But
because I think. Is it a worry for Man City? Because obviously we know where Tottenham stand. We know with credit's been given because of what you've been able to achieve this game with a limited squad. But Man City, I think they conceded 9 goals in the last. It's either 3 or 4 games, which is just unheard of for them. It's been tough games. You play Chelsea, you play Liverpool, you play Tottenham. Let's be honest, in a row, who wants to play those 3 games in a row in the league?
Real.
That's a tough run to play out. And
I
they didn't win
mean-
any of them.
Well, Pep said he wasn't worried. I think he said that the Chelsea game was the only one that he was upset or was concerned about defensively. But he said I think he knows for some reason against Tottenham have been a little bit of a bogey team for Man City. Not consistently.
Yeah.
It's always been random, odd victories that we don't really get against anyone else in the top 4, 5 teams. We rarely go to Etihad. We rarely go to other teams away grounds and feel like, we're a bit of a bogey team for them. But with City, we just seem to have that with Pep. So I think he knows it's always going to be an interesting game against us. And obviously the Liverpool game is Liverpool. You're always going to expect to see goals there. But I think he would probably be more alarmed about that Champions League one where Openda just basically ended up being through on goal so easily twice. And I think for them, right now, I think he would have been more concerned if they were further adrift. But because, the dip they had was was when they didn't have Rodri for 3 games. And then they got him back, started winning again, and they've dropped points against Liverpool and they've dropped points against us, but they haven't lost those 2 games.
But now he's suspended for the next game.
With that yellow card.
And Aston Villa's home record, who they play next, is immense. So it's a bit of a sticky one, because what I was going to say, the next game being Aston Villa, I mean, it's going to be interesting how they deal with that.
I think they'll be all right, though, man. I don't think...
it's still early, man. They're, 3 points behind Arsenal now?
I know, not in terms of winning the title. It's just going to be interesting how they deal with that game itself.
That game.
That game.
Without Rodri in there, they've lost every game that Rodri's missed this season, basically.
Yeah, it's true.
They lost all the games he missed. So Aston Villa's home record, like I said before, being that good, and the amount of chances, you didn't have clear-cut chances, but there were some chances that you guys created where if someone had their head up, I think Kulusevski so many times, just cross it with your right foot.
Hill, there was
just
one time Brian Hill should have played it first time as well to Son.
To Son.
Like, bro,
Son went mad.
I know he's young. Yeah, of course he did, because Hill knows better, man. He knows. Yeah, he should have played that ball first time. But confidence, man. He hasn't played a lot of minutes for us, so he's working his way in there. And I think Son is going to be angry because he knows that against City, you don't get these kind of chances.
Take every chance.
So you've got to take them.
Yeah.
But this period probably helps you, because you look at it now, it's forced some guys on the outside, because you guys got knocked out of the Carabao Cup so early, and you're not in Europe. Those guys like Hill and what's his name? The Argentinian that scored today. I forget his name now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lo Celso. Mate, last 2 games, Lo Celso's been really, really good.
Yeah, it's been good.
So now you don't have to rely on playing, Madison 90 minutes all the time. You can give him, like you're doing earlier in the season, take him off if you need to, and Lo Celso can step in. You can rotate if and when they come back. So it'll be interesting, but it was a good game. It was a worthy game for the 4:30 kickoff.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I was going to say, one thing I think that's been really positive about Ange, I know there's been a lot of, Spurs fans have been kind of like, oh, it's been amazing and the difference that he's made. But I think it's the positivity around the injuries. Like he said, I think someone asked him in his press conference or a pre-match press conference if it's the worst ever injury list he's had. And he basically said it is, in terms of having all injuries at the same time or simultaneously. But he said that this is a chance for players who haven't had their chance to prove themselves. And you can't use the excuses. He said he's not going to know anything about his team if everything's all swimmingly well, everyone's fit, and he just plays the same guys all the time. So I think it's the fact that he's given that positive element to a negative situation, which has also given the players confidence, which other managers, as we've seen, would be like, nah, Tottenham are way behind Chelsea, way behind Man City, way behind Liverpool and Arsenal. We need to spend money. He's been like, these guys have now got a chance to show what they're made of. And prove, and you're only going to learn about your team when they're under duress. So
Under pressure,
you got to give him credit for being positive on that sense, because a lot of managers probably wouldn't be.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, we'll move on. I'm going to change the order slightly.
I mean, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe there's one thing that you should discuss. That VAR, not the VAR, the referee's decision.
You're right.
You can't skip that out, man.
Can't skip that out,
right.
bro.
You can't skip the match fixing out, man. Because
bro, it ain't match fixing. Do you think Levy's spending money on match fixing?
Levy is spending money.
Bro,
Levy will do anything.
Nah,
Levy will do anything to try and win this league. I'm telling you.
No,
Kane's not around. Sold Kane, he will do anything to try and win the league.
If anything, it's the referees and the PGMOL not wanting City to win it 4 times and breaking Fergie's record or something.
It's Fergie doing it, isn't
it? I just don't get it though.
Still got control.
It's Fergie doing it.
What's mad is he looked like he said play on, and as soon as Haaland kicked
play on,
he blew. But the only thing I would say is maybe he thought Haaland's pass was dead, because I don't know why he would have blown up at that time.
Maybe he didn't see Grealish, because at first I thought Grealish is offside. When I saw the replay, I was like, no, he's way onside.
He's way onside.
In my opinion, Grealish is not getting a shot off. One of those 3 men are taking the ball off him or making him turn back.
You never know.
No, Grealish doesn't
have that kind of pace.
Grealish,
if that's Doku or
Grealish is not making it to a goal.
Yeah, I don't think he will. I don't
think he stopped a goal. He stopped a situation.
He stopped play.
He stopped a situation that could have.
End of the day, the position that Grealish is in is more favourable. Like, forget what we know about how Grealish plays.
Yeah,
it's more favourable for him going through and getting a shot off than it is, and the referee stopped that from happening.
True.
So it's fortunate for us. I'll take it, but it is crazy. But there's been a lot of very, very weird decisions made by referees this season. So this is just another one to add to the list,
that one,
unfortunately. At least it wasn't VAR. It was just the ref.
No. You can't blame them on VAR.
I said VAR originally, but then I realised the ref just made a terrible decision.
But
really,
maybe he got a call in the air.
Nah.
No, but what for though? It's too quick.
Basically, too quick. He was going to give a free kick because he acknowledged that it was a foul, but Haaland rode the challenge and still managed to play the ball forward, which for Haaland, it was actually a great pass. Realistically, it was a great ball.
That's why he was so angry.
So, probably.
Yeah, he was irate, boy. He's swearing online.
More irate at the misses that he had, boy, because he's taking
that was a clean sitter he missed.
That was a sitter.
If that's Nunes, because we'll get on to Nunes later. That's Nunes. Nunes is everywhere.
Everyone's coming for
today.
Him. Yeah.
But as I said, that was disgusting, in honesty. That's the best way to describe it, a decision. But we'll move on. I was going to do Liverpool next, but I think I'll change my mind and we'll go to Man U, seeing as we haven't had a Man U guy on for a little while.
For real.
So, let's just enjoy in Man United's...
Allow it, man. Why are you talking like that? What do you mean? Enjoying what? It was a great game, wasn't it? No. You know what?
Let's enjoy Newcastle's performance. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yes, okay.
I misspoke. Let's enjoy Newcastle's performance. With a very, very depleted squad.
All props to Newcastle. I'll be honest. They had they swarmed us for the whole game. For the whole game, we were under the cosh for the whole game. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe I was watching
10 minutes of the whole game, bro. It was mad.
Man United only had the last 5 minutes of the game, and the rest of it was all Newcastle. But the tactics that Ten Hag set out, I was confused.
What tactics?
Man. For example, Varane on the bench, and
there's some beef there,
playing
man.
left back. There's some beef in it. You've got to be with everyone. And then you got Martial starting up front and Haaland's on the bench. Martial's on offer nothing. He can't hold up the ball. He's not an option. But Bruno and him I don't think they have good. They're not sync. They don't sync together. So as soon as I saw Martial playing up front, I was thinking, And then I saw Rashford playing on the right, not on the left. And he's even done an interview saying he prefers playing on the left.
No, but you wanted Garnacho in the team, though, bro. Remember, you wanted Garnacho in the team.
Then put the young boy on the right. Put the young boy on the right and put the experienced person on the left where he plays his best. Man United haven't beat a top team since 2021.
Wait.
October 2021.
Stop a minute.
October
I'm going to say
2021.
something, yeah? I think that he would have put Garnacho on the right, but he thought that the biggest problem was going to come down the right side where Trippier and what's his name is what's Newcastle's right wing?
Livermore? What's his name?
No, Trippier and the winger.
What his name now?
The
Forget his
guy
name
from
now.
Paraguay.
Yeah, carry on.
It's gone out. I think he thought they were going to cause the most problems. And so he thought, I better put Rashford on the right because he's not going to do the defensive work. And it ended up being Livramento who just destroyed him all game.
Livramento
was crazy.
Ripping
like, Rashford did not want to do the work going back. And to be honest, Garnacho wasn't doing that much more on the left-hand side.
No. He was playing much better.
He tracked.
He was playing much better. He was playing much better.
But Trippier just had him up all day.
Almiron, that's his name. Almiron. Sorry.
Almiron.
Yeah.
But Man United's heart, desire, passion is just not there no more. Is it because of Ten Hag? I've heard inside scoop. He's very, very strict. And apparently
we knew that from the beginning.
The players are not taken to it. He's very, very strict. Too strict, in fact, that I think it's a bit of a
culture.
There's a divide. Yeah, there's a divide within the camp, and it's quite clear the players are not playing for him. But personally, I don't think players should be playing for a manager. They should be playing for because they're playing football.
Yeah, but Phil, there's always a divide with Man United. Every manager's come in since Ferguson. There's been a divide. Like there's some that are like, no, we need to just go with the manager and go with it, and there's others that aren't, and that's the problem. Is that every manager's come in and they started off fine. Like Mourinho, apart from maybe Moyes was in the top 4 and then dropped out of it towards the end. But because they won a title the previous season, it's like we need to get rid of him. When maybe they should have,
should have kept him,
persisted a little bit. Even though Moyes is not really a Man United style manager. No, he's not. Van Gaal came. He managed to win the FA Cup he won, and he managed to get
someone won Europe. Who was it won Europe?
Van Gaal was first. Van Gaal was first. Mourinho. So, but Mourinho came in, got second, won the Europa League. He also won a domestic cup as well. And then after a while, it just falls off. So it's like everyone that comes in.
And he said that was the best achievement.
Yeah,
the best achievement he's ever had.
Imagine. That's crazy. Winning the Champions League with Porto. But it's Mourinho though. He's good for sound bites. Yeah, man.
Cheap, but it was that I think that's probably one of the worst performances I've seen Man United play in a very, very, very long time. Very long time.
It's just crazy. There's only 1-0.
Maguire was the best player. Imagine that. Maguire.
No, not for me. I thought Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw was Maguire. For me, it was Maguire.
They're probably just as good as each other, in honesty, probably. But I think I leaned more to Luke Shaw. But
they both held up the team because realistically, Newcastle should have destroyed you.
To be honest, if the game was 4-0, no one would be complaining.
No one could complain.
It could be easily 4-0
right.
with that score.
I don't think so. I think certain players are not responding to Ten Hag. I think Martial is just a waste. Martial is like the striker version of Ndombele, bruv. Because he's got so much talent, but he just refuses to work hard on the pitch.
He's lazy, isn't it?
And so he's lazy.
I thought he was going to get subbed at half time. When he was shouting, I
thought he was.
He was shouting at him, and he was shouting back. I thought, there's no way he's coming out second.
Look at that.
There's no way.
Even that.
And he came out. And I guess the Højlund thing is weird. I know Højlund has had his injury woes, and technically he hasn't scored a Premier League goal yet. All these goals are coming in the Champions League. So,
which is mad because his Champions League record is crazy.
Well, he got 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just, it was weird how it is. Are people being too harsh on Rashford, do you think?
Why?
No.
On his performances? So? I'm just asking you guys.
Look at last season. Everyone was hailing him, and he deserved it because he was playing really, really well. But if you don't live up to you got to live up to a certain standard, especially when you're at a top club. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, then people won't give you the respect that you deserve. So, like, we don't know what's going on in his personal whatnot. Things can happen, mental health and whatnot. So you have to factor that in nowadays because we didn't before. Most people would just be like, he's playing crap, like sort it out. But there could be issues. But we expect Rashford to be doing much better than what he's done now, and Man United's, entire front 3 or 4, bar Bruno and Garnacho of recent games, they haven't really performed. None of them.
Well, you at least expect Rashford to have a shot on target in the game, right? At least one shot on target. You even get a shot on target. But there's something serious. Oh, we all know there's something serious going on in Man United camp. But my question to you guys is, what do you think could be done to fix it?
I'll be honest, right? And there's a cultural problem at Man United, and it's the same. It's not the same culture that Tottenham have in not being trophyless, but it's that there's certain things that seem to be just plaguing the team of having that standard that you used to have when you were dominating the Premier League. And
with Fergie,
it's only going to take... Yeah, but remember, Fergie got time. No managers had the same amount of time that Fergie had to turn things around at Man United. Do you know what I mean? He was on the verge of, or people say he's on the verge of being sacked, and they've persisted with him. He won a FA Cup and managed to keep his job. But I just feel like because there's such a need for teams to be successful because of how much money is being spent, I feel like managers haven't been given the time. And people will say, Ten Hag isn't Premier League worthy because he was in the Eredivisie and look how he's doing now. But you guys managed to get 4th place last year. And it wasn't
a trophy.
Well, there you go. So realistically, it's not that he doesn't have the ability to manage, but there's certain egos in the team that you're probably going to need to also get rid of at some point, because right now you need to have players in there that are buying into what he's trying to do.
And sorry, we got first place, not 4th place. We got 3rd place.
You got 3rd, innit? It's 3rd. Or
yeah,
what?
Not 4th. Newcastle came 4th.
You finished 3rd. Exactly. That's crazy. There you go.
So that's why the hype about people are saying Ten Hag must go. Calm down a bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the camp. There's a lot going on behind him that we have to factor in as well. So he's coming to a club that is crazy in turmoil. So what do you expect him to do, just to fix everything straight away? He needs time. That's my opinion of it.
Yeah, 100%.
There is. People have said it quite a lot, and it's what is the system? When he came in, everyone was like, "Yep, we kind of know what he's gonna come and bring." He come out and said, "I can't do that here," which just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
I get what he meant by that. I get what he meant by that.
But you look at, but he's supposed to be. If he's as strict as everyone's saying, then they need to fall in line. Because you look at Tottenham, my man's coming straight away, and you know what they're doing. He's been here 5 minutes, bro, and you see a pattern of play straight away. You look at, we even look at Wolves. You look at Wolves. You look at Gary O'Neill. He came in the week before the season started, and you can see what they're trying to do. So how can Ten Hag go in there and no one actually knows what Man United we're going to see from week to week? And it's not that they've got dead players. He's got very good players. I think his only issue is maybe this is what he's training, because you get a lot of injuries. You get a lot of injuries to his players, so to speak.
I know why we got injuries. I've got a theory.
Go on.
Hear me out with this theory. You remember when Arsenal had loads of injuries? Yeah? About 2 seasons ago.
You got their coach?
What club doctor do we have?
Physio.
What club doctor do we have? We got his club. We got their club doctor. I can't remember his name, but we got their club doctor.
Gary Lewin. Gary Lewin is the
Gary Lewin went to England, didn't he? Gary Lewin went to England.
No, not Gary Lewin. We got the club. That's why I said
his brother. I think it's his brother. But that's the doctor, though, bruv. The injuries come before the doctor.
The rehab treatment, all this kind of stuff.
I get that bit, but the injuries come before the physio. Like, they're getting injured first.
Bad training on the
It must
pitch.
be because that theory it holds some kind of weight in terms of how quickly are they recovering. And they're getting injured first. So you got to look at why are they getting injured. What's going on? That's because we had the same problem with Liverpool. We kept asking why are our players getting injured all the time, and we still have that same problem. But I'm not going to talk Liverpool. But it's true though. You got in that theory why they get injured first. Then you go and look at other things about it. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting because you've got a busy next few games. Man United.
Bayern Munich. Chelsea.
You've got to come to us. I'm not.
No, we've got Chelsea, Bayern Munich.
They've got Chelsea. They've got us in 2 weeks. At Anfield again.
Then Liverpool.
So listen, I'm not going to speak any words into the atmosphere on that game. I'll wait for that to come because I'm not going to be the one that messes it all up. But,
no, speak.
But I'll move on because we've spent enough time on Man United and Newcastle. In fact, no, we haven't spent enough on Newcastle. I'll do a quick on Newcastle.
They played well, man.
Because they played fantastically, especially when you look at what happened against PSG. Against PSG, to suffer that late penalty, which was just ridiculous, considering they had another one earlier in the game, which they didn't give.
Yeah.
It's almost like I said, you had your chance the first time. Like, don't push your luck. But Miley, again, 17 years old, to hold his own like that. Listen, I'm not saying he was immense in that game, but still, he's 17, and he doesn't look out of place. He doesn't look out of place at all.
Immense. I mean, I don't know where you're going with.
I mean, he's not
immense,
he's not man of the match.
But he played. I thought he played really well. Whenever Man United were on the verge of causing a problem, he was in the right place at the right time. When Newcastle looked like they were about to lose the ball, he was in the right place at the right time. I even thought the youngster from Man U had a good game as well. I thought he was pretty good. It's only for that goal that he lost.
I feel sorry for him.
The goal that he lost. He lost.
Yeah, I think he did.
Joe Linton.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah. I personally feel sorry for him, to be honest, because he's been put into the.
He's coming into turmoil. Yeah, proper.
Amrabat's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be there ahead of him. He brought Amrabat in.
He came on and
he's been a shell, bro.
He's been a shadow of the World Cup player. I'm
kind of happy.
It's another World Cup signing.
I'm happy we didn't get him.
But I think if he was in your team, it would be different. If he was in your club, in your team, it may be different.
It may be. You may be right.
Well done to Newcastle.
Well done to Newcastle. Another shout out to Lascelles as well, because he was on the outs. And since the centre backs got injured, I forget his name now, the left foot centre back. He's come back in.
Sven Botman.
Yeah, Botman. Since Botman, he's come back in and captain of the club, and he's shown himself. So,
Livramento playing that position on left back. Gordon.
That was a great signing.
Gordon.
Gordon's hit form, mate.
He's
Gordon should be.
I don't like that. You.
Oh, come on, man.
He dropped Everton
very good.
like a lead balloon, mate. He just left them quick.
Yeah.
He tried to go England. He had to go to
Chelsea.
There's
talk of England.
Gordon for England.
There's talk of Scotland. There's talk of Scotland as well. Why? Obviously, because he may look at it and say, "Am I actually going to get any game time?"
Well, for England,
yeah.
I'd say hold out for England. About him, but we move. Liverpool got out of jail. I mean, I say it often that Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world, and today showed what a goalkeeper who is not rubbish, but he's just not elite like Alisson. It makes a difference. I think the first goal, okay, maybe Alisson has conceded some near post ones himself, but the second goal, I think Alisson's saving. So for me personally, first two goals, I think Alisson saves, so we're not in the position we're in. The third goal was just poor defending. Tsimikas has to. At first, I'll be honest. At first, I was like, Tsimikas has to get off the ground and do better. But then I saw Ake, who is a renowned good defender, get beaten by Kulusevski in a slightly different way, but in a similar way at a far post. So it happens. It can happen if you're not strong enough, but you've got to be stronger. But Trent, the free kick that he scored, I thought, man, I feel sorry for him that they took it off him because he hits the goalkeeper and goes in. But it was weird. It feels like we had to score wonder goals to score today. And it's almost like it would have felt better if it was the other way around. It would have felt better if Fulham had to score wonder goals to get the goals, if you get what I mean. It just feels weird.
At home against a mid-table team, you just want it to be a much more straightforward game, but it doesn't. That's not the Prem, bro. That's not the Prem.
First half, apart from the scrappy goals, we controlled the first half, bro. They didn't deserve to get into 2-2, and let alone 3-2. we were so comfortable to the point where the breakaway came in and it was just really sloppy.
They scored really easy goals. It wasn't like there was no pressure on the ball. It was good goals, but they were very simple from a Liverpool perspective to give away.
But this is why I've been saying I want to see Endo given a chance, because you give him a chance and let him bed into the team, and you can see what happens. He came on and he kind of changed it for us as well, because he came on
him at the start before. I think when you doubting him.
No. Endo is not. Endo is not our long-term defensive midfielder. Don't get it twisted. But he's the only defensive midfielder we've got. Give him game time. That's what I've been saying. And there's times where I'm watching him like, he's still a bit slow. But if he's not playing Premier League games and not getting used to the Premier League pace, then he's not going to get used to it, really, is he? So he needs to get used to the Premier League pace by playing in those games. So obviously, with this time coming up now, with December having so many games, he's going to get some starts. I just really hope he takes them with both hands and earns a spot in there, because McAllister's goal was worldly. The shot that he scored today is just ridiculously good goal.
That's the McAllister that you thought you was buying, mate.
Yeah. 100%. If he's further forward, we might get more of that. The protection that we lacked, that we got when Endo came on, it was just there. So for me, extremely happy, because I was sitting there and I was upset that we were going to draw the game because Arsenal had won it. I was thinking, can't this? And then when we conceded, I was like, this is just not serious. It reminded me of last season. Like, what was the point of drawing against Man City if we're only going to go and lose at home to Fulham? Might as well lost to Man City and then got the reverse. That's how I felt at the time. But we turned it round. Trent, his strike was a wonderful strike. And right. I've said it, I think I say it every week. Teams are going to find it hard to beat us. They are. And I doubted it at one point today because we had like 10 minutes left. And then they proved it to me again. It's going to take a lot to beat us in the league this season. And I know there's some guys, I know Phillips boy out here thinks our defence is weak. And as an Arsenal fan, he's not worrying about us because eventually they're going to score more goals than we're going to score, and our defense is weak. And listen, they can say that, but we're winning the games. And up until today, with Alisson missing, the defense did look a bit weaker. But with Alisson in there, unfortunately, Matip got injured today, and it doesn't look good. It's one of those ones where, because you've got different surfaces off the pitch, I think he stepped on a different surface and probably jarred his knee when he went off the pitch, which is so frustrating because he's had a good season so far. I think had a dodgy game or two here and there, but generally he's been good. And we need all those centre-backs to do well. But in honesty, if we keep the other three centre-backs fit, I think we'll be fine. But Fulham, I give them credit.
Props, yeah. Give them their props.
Yeah, give them credit. Because the record we had, I think we'd only conceded. I think we hadn't conceded a goal in the second half at Anfield, and I think we'd scored 31 goals and conceded something like 4 or 8 at Anfield, and we'd won 10 out of 10. Now it's 11 out of 11 in a row. So it's hard to come there, and it needs to continue being that way. But
it can't be that bad, then, can it?
Listen, it's not. I've been telling people for a while. Van Dijk, him becoming captain. Listen, he's not back because Van Dijk was up here. Yeah, everyone else in the league was here.
Everyone's laughing at you.
Yeah, because not everyone believes me, but for me, as defenders in the Premier League at the same time he was there, he was here. The next best was here. For me, he's now
the next
here.
Best. Sorry, who's the next best?
The next best individual centre backs are
Saliba
and what do you call it, Diaz. They're the next best. Diaz hasn't had a great start to the season. But for me, the best three centre backs in the league are Van Dijk, Saliba, and Diaz. They're the best three. And I'd say I'd probably say in that order. I think Saliba and Diaz are probably on par, and I think Van Dijk's just slightly ahead. right now. Before, he was clearly ahead. Now, with the injuries, he's, for me, people will say I'm wrong. That's opinions. I think he's slightly ahead of them. Because he's earned it. Yes, you can say he's earned it because he's won all these trophies with Man City now as well.
So more, right? Then
no. Van Dijk's done it over 5 years now for Liverpool, or so. Since he's come in, treble's treble. Listen, treble's good. Treble's good.
The treble's good. The treble's good. It's only been done twice.
We haven't done it. But I just don't think. If you gave me a choice, but that's not him. He did not win them the treble. The team won the treble. Diaz did not win them the treble. That's why I'm saying it's good. It's good for him to have because as a club they've got that. But I'm not putting it down to him. He's not the reason why they won the treble. Let's be real. So that's as an individual centre back, I don't think he's as good as Van Dijk.
Fair enough.
So we've had a few. I think Tsimikas, I'll give him another shout out because everyone was worried when Robertson got injured. Everyone was like, "What is going to happen?" Every time Tsimikas, I didn't agree with it. I thought Tsimikas has come in at times and looked shaky, come in at times and looked good, but he started off a bit shaky the first couple of games, and he admitted it himself. And since he came out and said himself that his first 2 games were very bad, he stepped up. Yes, he's at fault for the third goal. If you ask me, he's at fault for the third goal. But find me a defender in the league that hasn't been at fault for a goal, and then I'll call you a liar. So. End of the day,
Fulham. They tried.
They did try. I feel sorry for what's his name? It's happened twice to him now. For their manager because when it was at Everton, Origi scored like a last minute header when they thought they were getting a draw, and today 2 goals in literally a minute. I think it was like 86th and 87th minute that we scored the 2 goals in.
It's just as you said, the quality of the goals that you scored was mad today. All of them, quality goals. It's unlucky because they played well to hang in there, especially after going behind to you guys. I didn't think the response was pretty good. I know, obviously, we already said about Liverpool's suspect defending, but it almost like they were too casual almost when they didn't really give Fulham enough respect going forward. So that's probably what it was.
They don't really score that many goals, that's right. Yeah, complacency. Exactly that, complacency. But we'll move on to the team sitting pretty at the top.
Yeah.
Again,
for now,
showing their credentials.
An extra gap now. It was 1 player last week. Now it's 2. Because of Man City drawing.
I think it's becoming a running theme. Credit where it's due. You got to beat who's in front of you. Wolves did well considering they lost important players to suspension. I still think Arsenal would have won anyway because Arsenal are just better. But it made it a bit harder for Wolves to do what they've been able to do without... Like, Lamina is very important in their midfield. And he got a yellow card, which made it harder for them. And I think one of their fullbacks got... I think Aït-Nouri got injured and got a yellow card. And he's key to how they play as well. So, but Saka, lovely goal. The second goal was just a typical Arsenal goal.
Yeah.
The passes, the one-touch movement. I mean, it was...
The cutback.
You go as far as to say... Yeah, the Odegaard's goal was sublime. Saka had a lot of luck involved, but you earn your luck, man.
Trust me.
And he earns his luck every single time he plays the game.
Luis Suarez always used to do that.
Yeah, he did.
So,
bubbles. But
that's how it is.
Saka has immense quality, and
it's decision making for someone so young, man. Well. I said it before, man. His decision making at his age is just crazy. Like he always seems to make the right call in the final third, and you don't get players make like even experienced ones that you just trust that they're gonna make the right decision when they're in the final third. So gotta give.
It's like what I was saying earlier with Kulusevski. He's down the wing, right foot, just cross it in. Just cross it in. Saka don't hesitate. If he's on his right, Saka will cross it in.
He's effective
because he's worked on that. So like, it's also, I give him credit because he's worked on the craft from his game from the moment he came in. When he first came in, I thought he's all right. Is he really going to make it? He's probably going to be a
left back, left wing back.
I thought he was going to be a left back.
at that point.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this youth's doing all right. And then all of a sudden he went right wing.
What he's turning into now?
Changed the game, boy.
Changed
the game.
What he's turning into now, and he's bordering on elite. He's bordering on. He's not world class, obviously not, but he's bordering on becoming an elite winger. You don't agree with it?
No, I just want to get the terms correct. Elite and world class, is that the same thing?
The world class is the top of the top.
So elite and world class is not the same thing.
Not for me. Everyone has their own definitions.
It's a matter of opinions, isn't it? To be honest.
Yeah, the world class guys is the best of the best in their position. Some people will say Saka probably is the best of the best in his position. Some people will say he probably is. But I still think. But what I'll say, Salah is world class. He's not Salah's level, so he's not world class. That's why I'll say he's elite.
No, but then you can say there's people who are better than Salah that are world class.
As a right wing, no.
In the past,
no. Yeah, but it's what it is now, though, isn't it? Salah.
No,
you say in the past. No.
Ronaldo was on the right wing. They're not on the same level.
Ronaldo's not world class. Ronaldo's an alien, bruv. You don't even call Ronaldo Messi world class, bruv. They're not class in that regard, bruv. They're beyond. Ronaldo, CR7 Ronaldo.
CR7 turned into GOAT status when he went up top as well. Wasn't that on the wing?
I don't call them world class.
Oh, he's world class on the wing 100%. Especially his last couple of seasons at Man U, for sure. Or last 3 seasons at Man U, for sure.
They're a different level.
I'm saying he's not on the same, like, that performance when he was playing Man United on the right wing. Salah's not on that same level. And that was world class.
You look at the numbers, Salah's numbers are better than Ronaldo's numbers in the Premier League.
His first season was better than Ronaldo's season. Any season Ronaldo had in the Prem. His first season at Liverpool, he had like 32 goals.
The problem is, what everyone comes back with is Ronaldo won this, won that. Ronaldo's played for Man United. Ronaldo had all these greats in his team alongside him. So it's not like he was playing... Yes, Liverpool are a very good team, but he's the best in our team. Ronaldo had people like Rooney, like Carrick, like Ronaldo, like Rio Ferdinand. His squad was stacked. So it aided him becoming the best in the world. So in that regard, we've moved off topic. I don't know how we got here, but it's a good topic anyway.
We're talking about Saka being...
Yes,
I just think what we want to see more of from Saka, and this will be as Arsenal become more for me to be unquestionably in the top 3, and I think he's there anyway.
Consistency.
It's time, but also playing against those top teams and performing against those top teams consistently. And I mean, in Europe, on the international stage, when he does all of that.
His first year in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He started doing it. Don't get twisted. He started performing in the big games.
Qualify for the next round. So these are the when we're going to see if he can perform. And to me, I don't see any reason why he won't. And I think the way Arsenal play, I think is perfectly suited to Champions League anyway. So
get into knockout stages, and Salah and Saka's winning games for Arsenal in knockout stages. It's a different level to winning games in group stages. It's a different level because it's on the line. Saka is an immense talent, but for me is bordering on elite. So Arsenal did well again, like we said previously.
Can they win the league?
I think they've missed.
Do you think they win the league?
Of course.
Yeah, of course they can.
Oh, they should have won it last year, realistically.
No, because I maintain it's going to be Man City or Liverpool.
Okay.
I've said it from the beginning. I think we will. But if Arsenal won the league, I won't be shocked because let's be honest, last year should give them the fire in the belly to improve on what they did last year, and they are. They're winning games differently to they did last year. Last year was all like, wow, look at Arsenal. How they doing this? How they doing that? Now there's a bit more still to how they're winning games. There's a bit more nous to how they're winning games.
And when the drop off isn't as big when they make replacements. Like I think Saliba being the outlier. I think everywhere else, and maybe Saka as well. Everywhere else, you feel like the replacements are good enough to get them over the line. Do you know what I mean? Whereas even we still have to see. Yeah, they're about the same. Yeah, like they still have the same issue. Their season fell apart last year when Saliba got
injured. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see. Listen, I don't wish injury on anyone. So if he gets a 3-game ban, like Romero's got, like Van Dijk got, see what happens if they have to play 3 games without him. See if they can continue on the same run. But there's no reason for Arsenal not to be in the title race up until May. There isn't. So,
and if I'm being honest, you really want more teams to be involved in the title race because it will just make it more interesting, more dramatic.
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, I'd prefer if it's Liverpool and Arsenal going for a title race. Take Man City out of it. Man City always in it. They're always in it.
You. I don't want them to get four again, to be honest.
Yeah, that too.
What, the 4 in a row?
Yeah, I want 4 in a row.
Turning it into Bundesliga out here, mate.
Well,
it's crazy.
Arsenal do a Leverkusen, innit? So you never know.
You never know.
So the last game we'll talk on is it was a good game. That's why we're going to discuss it. Chelsea, Brighton, because it's 2 teams that could potentially, with form, push themselves into European reckoning again. And Chelsea actually winning with 10 men. When he went to 10 men, silly foul from Gallagher and captain. Both times, captain has just done dumb things for the second yellow cards. Like, why would you do that? Especially after your captain did it last week. It should be going for your head.
The captain, to be honest.
Challenge. Oh, he's obviously got some leadership capabilities. Obviously, we don't see.
I think it's him and Chilwell, isn't it? Chilwell, and
Chilwell.
James.
Yeah, they're the 3. Maybe
Reece James is his captain.
But maybe he wanted the English guys. It's the three young English guys that as he's called captains. Because you'd argue, why isn't what's his name a captain? Thiago Silva. Why isn't he second or third?
Yeah, for real.
So, but no, it's a good game. Chelsea played very well. Brighton did in spells too. But we said it. How are Brighton going to handle Europa League football? Coming back and playing on the Thursday with squads, getting injuries, and they're going to back it up. And they haven't been
playing well in Europe. They're playing well in Europe, but they're not playing well
qualified,
in the league. Yeah, they've done well in Europa, but
the extra games bring injuries. So it'll be interesting to see, because I think Chelsea have got Man City. They got next.
Man United, remember?
Or Man U.
Man United away. They're playing at Old Trafford. Yeah, playing at Old Trafford.
And that's another one. You really don't know you don't know what team's going to turn up for either. You just don't know.
I don't even know what's going to happen on that one.
I think Chelsea will win. I say it now. I think Chelsea are going to win.
That's what everyone thought.
I'm looking.
Everyone thought that Everton was gonna cause Man United problems last week, and they got dispatched.
Everton was, they were hoping. There was a hope that they'll be angry, but I don't know. Chelsea, like we said, when Chelsea have played teams they believe to be on their level, rivalry-wise, talent-wise, they play better, and they'll come up against Man U thinking the same thing. It'll be head-to-head, and I just think they'll come out on top. It depends, for me, all boils down to Fernandes. It's whether Fernandes can actually...
Bruno?
Yeah, Bruno.
Okay.
There's 2 in it.
Bruno or...
I forget. It's Bruno Fernandes.
Finally got on the goal sheet.
Yeah, 2
this season.
Yeah, you got 2.
Scored a pen.
I got 2.
I think Cole Palmer was injured because he didn't start. He came off the bench, so I was surprised. Yeah, he came off the bench, so I was surprised.
As well.
Team.
But yeah, that was the last game. A good game.
Good game.
Chelsea, I think we've said it. Things will turn with Nkunku coming back. Lavia potentially coming back. They could creep up slowly.
They have a good squad. It's just about, I think they just need time.
They have. Yeah, it is time.
Just a matter of time.
They're young, innit?
Yeah. And they've got a good manager, so it's just about time and him getting used to the players he has, and you using them in his best way, and them getting you used to what he wants them to do. And then I think from then, I think they'll proceed and do much better.
Yeah.
That's what I reckon.
And
Chelsea.
Just a notable one. Won't talk on it, but because they had a potential of, I think at one stage they were second in the table. Aston Villa, a draw at Bournemouth, good result for Bournemouth actually, because they've been struggling over time. Yeah, Solanke scored. Watkins got a 90th minute or 91st minute equaliser to help them out.
Great header as well, man.
Yeah, it was a really good header. But for them, it was an important draw for them. But yeah, that has been this week's show. Been a mixed bag. Defeat, a draw, and a win for our respective teams. So we'll move on to it's a quick turnaround because we've got midweek games this week, and we'll see how we come across it. I'm hoping we're going to Sheffield United. We should, where they've got manhandled against Burnley, we should realistically win that game. We should win that game.
Should be a walk in the park.
From home. It
awful
should be.
in defence. Awful.
Should be a walk in the park.
So, for you guys, who have you got, Leon?
We've got West Ham and then Newcastle.
Tough.
So West Ham on Thursday and then Newcastle on Sunday. Both home games, but boy, both teams that are a problem for us. Notoriously a problem for us. So.
And Man United, Chelsea, and then
Bayern Munich.
Now
we've got another Prem game before that, bro.
Before that.
Sorry?
You got a Prem game
before that game.
Bayern Munich game.
Is this next week's prime? Yeah, you got Chelsea.
Yeah, but you got someone
and then
on the
you're playing weekend Bournemouth. He said it. He said Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. My bad.
Bournemouth.
But yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks again, and see you next time. Peace out.
In a bit.
Take it easy.